Hello, my name is Wild Lee from Wild Lee Tarot, and this is your Moonday message for the week beginning September 21st, 2020. We are inviting in the energy of the equinox this week. There is that very poignant shift that occurs tomorrow and in the following days where we are officially making the transition from summer into winter if you're here in North America, and the opposite if you are on the other side of the planet. And so feeling into those energies and allowing them space in our animal body this week as we continue to go about our lives and our daily business while in the midst of all that is. So just really tuning into that, keeping that awareness in the brain that even though we are humans with these really big fancy human lives and all of the drama and things that we create for ourselves, at a very basic base level, we are still animals, and our animal bodies are still feeling the shifts happening in our external environment. And so the cards that came forward for us this week really speak to that, really speak to this sensation. The main energy that is available for us this week is the Page of Cups. And so cups, this is the suit of water. It's the one that represents our emotional body, our emotions, our feelings, the way in which we navigate the world from a feeling-based place. And this card in particular always catches my eye because this is a card of water, and yet the being is situated in the midst of a desert, in a place where there is the least amount of water. And they are sitting and meditating and really getting clear on what their feelings are without distraction, right? And so the energy that is present for us this week is this invitation to take time as we are entering and moving through the equinox to really allow ourselves a bit of that solitude, a bit of time and space to tune in to what our actual truths are. So I'm going to invite you to maybe take in a little less media this week, maybe take in a little less news. Things are really ramping up here in the United States with regards to the amount of information that we're receiving on multiple levels in the political landscape and so forth. And so the invitation is to take in only as much as serves you, and maybe carve out some time where you're really just dry and only taking in what information is coming into you through your own inner knowing, through your own core essence, this being that resides within your fleshy transportation unit. Just allowing yourself the space to be with that and getting really clear on what deserves your attention, what deserves your time, and most importantly, what deserves your emotional charge, right? It can be so tempting to get swept up in the emotions of the collective. It feeds our brain in weird different ways. We get the dopamine hits, we get the adrenaline hits if things are stressful. And that can keep our animal body and our nervous system in this real sense of dis-ease, this space of fight, flight, or freeze. We are unable to really be present with what our actual truth is when our body is hypervigilant or activated in ways that aren't necessarily true and indicative of now, in this moment, at this time. So that's the invitation this week. And the cards that came forward to support this invitation, we received High Priestess and Wheel of Fortune. Let's see if I can hold two cards at the same time. There we go. And High Priestess is this lovely archetypal energy of our own divine wisdom. It is the archetype of not allowing our choices to be made from a deeply emotional place, but really taking a step back and allowing our feelings to integrate with our intuition and our intellect. This is a card of taking our time and making very clear-headed choices based on the truth of our reality, not on what is being gifted to us from everyone around us. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is such a tricksy card. I am sensing this card this week to really represent the fact that what we are moving through collectively is something that we are meant to be moving through, right? We are meant to be moving through this collective dissonance because what we were living with previously just wasn't working for all of us. It was working for a select few. And we are moving into a time, I feel, where it is possible to have power with instead of power over. But in order to get to that place, a lot of things are going to have to shift and change. And who knows? Who knows what the outcome's going to be? Who knows what's going to happen to our beautiful planet? We are here in this moment right now. And what I'm feeling from the Wheel of Fortune is a breath of freshness, a breath of acceptance, a breath of it's okay. What we are moving through was meant to happen to shake things up, to really get to the core of the paradigm, and it's really uncomfortable, and that's okay. That is okay. It is the truth of life that we will ebb and flow and move into spaces of extreme discomfort. It actually helps us to gain a sense of resilience and personal agency if we can continue to show up as our best selves, as our highest selves in these times of dissonance and discord. And if we stick with this vibe of the High Priestess, if we continue to access the Page of Cups, if we continue to see the feelings that we're having, maybe we're anxious, maybe we're agitated, maybe we're feeling hopeless at the situation in our country at this time. Whatever the feelings are that are moving through, they're really valid, they're really real for you. And are they everything? Are they everything? Are they what you want to have navigating your daily existence? Do you want to engage with your friends and family from this place of extreme anxiety? And I'm not saying this is easy work. It's not easy to create the spaciousness to witness, oh, I'm feeling really anxious and overwhelmed because Ruth died, because I don't like our president, because I'm really afraid of global change, climate crisis, mass extinction. All of those things are valid and real feelings. And if we stay in that space consistently all the time in anxiety and fear, we aren't able to access our High Priestess. We aren't able to access our inner wisdom and the space where we have the tenacity and resilience to actually make some changes in our communities, make some changes to where we can support our fears in being alleviated, where we can make shifts and changes for the collective as a whole. And these are micro steps, micro movements, and true enduring change takes time. But we won't be able to show up for whatever is through the Wheel of Fortune if we are continually in a cycle and a space of right? I mean, there is time for that, but the animal body can only hold so much of that frequency of fear before it begins to wear down, before we begin to step into fatigue, before we begin to be unavailable to the people and the joy in our lives. So this week is an invitation and an opportunity to maybe look at, how can I help myself? How can I help myself to get really clear on what my thoughts and feelings are and not take on the collectives? Perhaps that's reaching out for some friends, for some listening time. Perhaps it's looking into re-engaging in some personal therapy for mental health. Perhaps it's saying, oh, maybe I need to take a little staycation and take a few days off of work. Whatever you have the agency and privilege to do, we all have some opportunity and space to receive support. And that's really the main message that I'm hearing and feeling at this moment, is that this is an opportunity this week as a collective for us to receive ourselves so that we can begin to prepare and become even more resilient for whatever is coming in the future. That is the Moonday message for this week. I hope that it serves you well and that you have everything you need. If you enjoy these messages, if they really speak to you and serve you, please give a like or share with a friend. It really helps me to continue offering my work. And just so you know, I'm also offering a new service beginning this week. I'm opening my calendar up to do some 15-minute quick reads for anyone who might need just a little bit of assurance, affirmation, a little tune-in. 15 to 20 minutes for $20. It's a very affordable check-in, and we can get really deep in the cards in 15 minutes. So if that speaks to you, please check the link in my bio to schedule. And if you would like a lengthier reading, those are available in person or via Zoom. And I would be so honored to be of service and hold space for you. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have a beautiful week. See you next Moonday.